It's like a dream to be here, you know. I mean, I grew up loving Disneyland and Disney World, and now to be here in Paris, in the city of love, surrounded by my greatest friends in the world, the cast and Guardians, my wife. It's been just a really terrific time, and this couldn't have been a better journey.
It feels very special because I'm from France, so being here with my co-worker that I love so much and celebrating this beautiful movie together feels very special. She spent some time with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they really have a family dynamic, so it's like how you find them at the start of the movie. And you saw that in the holiday special, there was a big reveal that Mantis and Peter Quill are siblings. So that creates a stronger bond between them.
At the start of the movie, we find Peter Quill heartbroken. He's sad, he's despondent, he's drinking too much, and he's not able to be fully present to the needs of the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is one of the reasons they are vulnerable to attack. And he spends the rest of the movie trying to make that up to help a friend. And I feel like I'm very lucky to have them as a family, because oftentimes you get thrown into a cast and that's your family whether you like it or not. And with us, we have an immediate bond. It lasted forever, and it'll outlast. It'll stick with us our entire lives.
I'm living here in France. I love this country. It's the third production I'm doing. I'm working on a film with Jacques Audiard. I'm super stoked that Guardians was able to come here to Paris. So yeah, it feels really great. She's great. If you ask her, Gamora feels good. She's a bit confused as to why these misfits keep looking at her as if they know her, and even though she has no experience to base, how familiar they feel so familiar to her, and that is a very complex state to be in. And it was quite interesting to get into this new Gamora.
I was standing up on that jet just looking out at like all of these people on the Avengers campus, and I was like, we're so lucky that we get to experience this. This is not a normal movie premiere. This is something so much bigger. And it's just I'm appreciating every moment, because I know that this is also the final chapter and the last time we're going to be doing this, so it's kind of emotional actually. So we meet Nebula after the death of her father Thanos that we saw in Endgame Avengers. So she's actually starting to heal a little bit from the trauma inflicted by her father. So she's starting to accept love a little bit more. She's more able to show other people love, which kind of manifests in a slightly lighter personality. It's like a weight has been lifted from her, and she's slightly more humorous now and able to show emotion more.
I love being in France. For me, particularly, my career in many ways started in Cannes in 1995. So it always feels good to come back to this country and celebrate the films that I'm in or I'm a part of. This is the first time I've ever been to this Marvel extravaganza. It's very exciting. And I always love the anticipation that people have for seeing Guardians and Groot, and I think it's all.
I love these characters more than anything. It was really important for me in this movie, in Volume 3, to give them each a full ending to their story that they deserve. And Rocket in particular, a lot of the story revolves around him, and that's the character I see as me more than any of the others. So I think I was an angry kid that grew up, a punk rock kid from Missouri that kind of used my anger to push everybody away from me, and used my humor to push everybody away from me. And little by little, as I've gotten older, I've learned that you can let people in, you can trust other people sometimes, you can be vulnerable, you can express fear, express sadness, and those things are okay. And I think that's the journey Rocket has been on over these 3 movies. Yes, it's the end of this team. This team is definitely will never be seen again. So that's the end of this part of the story, but that doesn't mean there aren't other individual stories that could continue from the characters.